Have you played the Stanley Parable?
I would love a giant dinky.
Okay. All right. Please enter the current time. Why does it need to know my time? This is the Ultra Deluxe. I don't know what that means. First experience with this game. Shout out to Boyo for gifting me this game.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Stanley from The Office?
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's
That's
job
not
was
Stanley.
simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a
Looks
key.
like Oscar.
Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order.
Wow.
This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Hey, you know what? If you're
And
happy...
then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley.
Oh, great.
Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that
W
not
reference,
one
Chucko.
single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Okay. Is this a horror game? I don't know, actually. I don't think it is, but it's starting to feel like one. I really don't have a clue, but we're employee 427.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
My door just closed.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
What did I say? Oh, my bad. I hope I didn't just lose all your progress. Oh, that's nice. Nice little artwork on the wall. Okay. I turned all the computers off. I don't know why. That's gonna be a side quest. Just turn all the computers off.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Okay. Alright, you don't gotta call me out.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
The door on the left. What if I want to go to the door on the right?
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Exactly, yeah. If there's nobody here, then that means I can have all the food that's in the fridge, bro. I'm assuming this is one of those kind of games where every decision that you make has...
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room.
It is,
Stanley
it is,
simply
yeah.
stood here, drinking it all in.
It's a beautiful room. No white monsters, though.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Dude, this game is calling me out for just, like, exploring.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Oh, dude, this is... You would work here? I mean, it seems... Okay, other than that...
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Man, we got a busy freaking calendar here. Schedule and stuff. RIP Brands. Get Chris out of the broom closet. Oh, the broom closet. Wait, is Chris in here? Chris?
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Nah, Chris in here.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, No path to follow, just an empty broom closet.
Okay, bud.
No reason to still be here.
Okay,
Coming to the
chill.
staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Chris must have got out. Average 9 to 5, true. Just wandering around aimlessly looking for something to do. I want to go downstairs just to piss off the narrator. Okay, never mind. Red light, scared, going. I'm going. Alright, this dude definitely got some freaky stuff going on up here. Money in the morning, money in the evening, money for breakfast, money crisp. Nice bathroom, though, I will say that. I don't like that the doors close themselves. Oh.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him.
What?
And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
It's a trap.
Stanley just sat around twiddling. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Haven't died yet. I wonder what happens if you put in a different code, though. Oh, heck no, dog. We gotta... 07. Employee 427.
Descending
Dead.
deeper into the building, Stanley
He's doing what he's
realized
told?
He felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for
How
himself,
far down are
to
we
question
going?
the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Escape? Sending it.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death. The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Hey.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Yeah, I ain't scared to death. Screw it. Get out of my head. We tanked that, boys. We're good.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, it
Wait,
reflected that his life had
wait.
been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Wait.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Wait. Did I make it?
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever, What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When
That-
every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
I see that now, yeah. Thought the thought it crashed the game. I thought I had like been able to like actually did something smart by crouching right there. Dude, this is sick. I like the feeling of just not knowing what's up. So I definitely failed. Is this showing like the build of the game and stuff? This is sick. I feel like I'm still in the game though. Like I feel like it's not over. This game, I can already tell it's gonna have me tripping. Begin the game again. Should I just go ahead and start it over and try something else? Or am I still in the game? I don't even know. That's what I'm saying. I don't even know if I'm playing the game right now. This feels like something that would happen in a...
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another?
Ooh.
No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push
What?
escape and press quit.
Hold up.
There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let...
Rip. Okay, I think we actually died that time. Okay, so we start at the beginning. W game, dude. This is sick. I love this. That's one ending.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Stanley decided to go up to his
So
boss's
this is the
office,
exact
hoping he
same. Wait, what was his name? Chris?
Oh no, no, not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room. Please take your time. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Or I go down to the scary red light room. You notice when I try to pick up anything or click on something, it's typing? Wait.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream.
See?
Oh, what a
All a
relief
dream.
Stanley
That's what
felt
I just
to
said a
have
minute
finally
ago.
found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all.
It was
He
just a
thought to himself,
dream.
I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then
Wait.
he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun,
Oh,
and Stanley
sick.
marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself? Believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for
He
it
just
all?
gaslight himself.
Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life.
Hate dreams when you're aware you're
Now,
dreaming.
hearing
I
the voice
know.
speak
I
these
have
words
those
was
all the
a shock
time.
to
They
Stanley.
suck.
After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just...
Wake up!
He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake
Alright,
up.
close your eyes, y'all.
He felt the
Wake
cool
up.
weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one.
Oh yeah, that's peace.
Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job.
I have a wife?
All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine.
We're good. We're good.
I am okay. Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake
Oh,
me up. My
snap.
name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real.
Wait,
I
wait,
must
wait,
be
wait, wait,
real.
wait.
I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And
Hold up, hold up, hold up,
everything went
hold. Frick! Trying to get a monster on
This
the way
is the
out.
story of a woman named Mariella.
Wait. Huh?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting.
That's the
to
same
think
car
this,
that was
and
parked
in a
up on the
certain way,
inside,
seeing
too,
this
I'm
man
pretty
made
sure.
her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had
Just thinking the
scheduled for
same
that
thing
day.
about the wife. I know. I thought I was just a
Whose
single dude,
impressions of her
like
would affect her
committed to
career,
work. I
and
didn't
by
know I had a
extension,
family.
The rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Thanks. Red light room, bad idea. Got it. I mean, the option now is to do everything exactly right and go from there. Or I could try the red light room
When
again
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
and maybe just book it the whole time. Okay, the trolling is insane. I just want to make sure that Chris is okay. That's all, man. He does not want you to go in there.
Coming.
Anything change in here? I got the feeling money's for stealing, but not yours, of course.
2845. Forgot, but it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself. And Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
Yo, this dude does not like me at all. He didn't even laugh at the 6969 joke, bro. It's going down. I'm yelling timber. Y'all rock with Kesha. Narrator's matching an energy. I love it right now. Bro's testing my patience right now. There's gotta be a different ending for the escape. There has to be. But for scientific purposes, we'll go to the mind control facility this time. I did the escape the first time, and that's where I died. But there's got to be a different ending that way. But for science, we'll go this way.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed
Oh
with
my.
television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength
They're all
to
watching
find out?
Keys Steez on Twitch right now. Every single one of these is getting ready to tap into the stream, bro. It's all my bots that I've paid for right here. It's all my view bots right here, you know? I don't know that one song, Age Well, I wake up in the morning. Yeah. Yeah, I think they might have to change the lyrics a little bit on that one, for real.
Now the monitors jumped to life.
Yeah, this is
Their
all my
true
view
nature
bots right
revealed.
here.
Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really
Why
been
is there
under
one that
someone's
says
control all
fired?
this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Also, there's like a diving board platform up there at the top.
No. He refused to believe it.
Hey, yo,
he
hey.
couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
That's what corporate job will do to you, bro. Oh, we dead. We dead. Oh, yeah. We're 100% dead. This is great so far. Other than the narrator pissing me off. It's
But here
been
was the proof. The heart of the
going
operation.
well.
Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Giga Chad. Okay, Stanley. I'm scared. Think the narrator's sole job is to piss you off. He's doing a good job. They literally boarded up the broom closet because I was trying to get Chris out of there.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
07 chat. We just died. Guaranteed I gotta start over.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge
Yeah,
or
he's like,
even
hey,
power that
hey,
he
y'all
had
fend for
been
yourself,
seeking,
boy, I'm out.
but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Oh, this is peace. If I stand here long enough, what you gonna say? What you gonna say, narrator? What you gonna say now? Yeah. Yeah, I made it. You ain't got nothing to say now, right?
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin. The feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him.
Don't burst
This
my
was
bubble,
exactly the
boyo.
way, right now,
I'm trying to catch a
that
vibe right
things
now.
were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Wait, we did it! We did it! Let's go! I'm back. Wait, so did I... Wait, I thought I won. You got like 2,938 more Easter eggs to find. Have fun. Y'all gonna start trolling me saying this stuff in the... Oh my gosh. I think I would love a giant dinky. Okay, so I would love a giant dinky. Let me think of options here. So, wait, did I turn off the computer back here? I've been doing that. Yeah, I did. Okay. I've been turning off the computers. Gotta save on that energy bill, you know? I can't turn that. Wait. How do I get over there? Hold up. There an achievement for touching every door possible? You win 100% of this game. You found them. Oh, wow. Bro's a Stanley Parable sweat.
Stanley clicked on literally every single door in the office because he doesn't pick up well on cues from his environment.
Spend a lot of time in the closet. They literally
Stanley
boarded
came to a
me
set
out
of
of the
two open
freaking
doors,
closet.
he and-
I went in the closet the first 2 times, and then they boarded it up the 3rd time because the narrator was like,
Wow. Yes. This room.
They really do be closing all these. Oh, wait, this door's open. Hold up. I hadn't been this way yet. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, boys. We're back in business now.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Oh, snap. Yo, this place is nice, dog. Do not jump from the cargo lift while it is in motion will cause death. Penalty for jumping off the cargo lift, 5 grand. Okay, well, if I'm dead, how am I gonna pay that?
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot.
Only one way to find out.
I'm not your enemy, but in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps
I hope
we've
y'all are
gotten
having
off
as
on the
much
wrong
fun with this
foot
as I
here.
am, because this is
I'm not your
freaking
enemy,
hilarious.
I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Who's her?
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
I said I had a wife earlier. Oh, snap.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Hello?
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven.
Oh, no worries.
All right.
No worries. Take your
Okay,
time.
there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
I can't even get an in-game wife.
"16 times the detail. All of this just works."
Yeah.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley. Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes.
All right, well, here's the
is a
story of my
reminder
life,
the
guys. Get ready.
inconsequential nature of his existence. Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life. But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Wow. Yikes. That kind of makes me feel like myself a little bit.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Press B to spend time with the boys.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold. As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable. It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer
thank you for the 50 bits,
Mustn't
man.
there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Quack quack alligator pig just cheered 50 bits.
Alligator.
But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In
We're
reality,
just
all
literally
he's doing is
going
pushing the
right
same
back
buttons
into
he
our
always
office.
has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one.
The office becomes his home, bro.
And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
I'm trying to wait you out, man. I feel like there's a amount of time.
I would love a giant dinky.
You could wait here where it would give you an achievement or something. I feel like there's an ending here or something without like pressing the button, but
Identity theft is not a joke, Jim.
insane. We looking pretty clean, bro. I've waited long enough.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here,
And
he's
we're back in
electing
the
to
office.
kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself? I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
Wait, we're in a different office. Different layout? Welcome to the whiteboard ending. Dog mode. Sick! I'm going right again. I'm gonna go back to the warehouse.
Meeting open door on his left.
I'm doing this to shut the narrator up. What happens if I don't answer the phone?
That's her, Stanley.
Unplug? I don't know if I unplug or if I Just let it ring?
As Stanley picked up the phone, a white light engulfed him, filling him not just with radiance, but with hope. Hope for a life reunited one... Wait. Oh, goodness. Stanley, did you just unplug the phone? No, that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly? I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check. No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it.
Stanley's
Why
breaking
did I not
out.
noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person.
Yeah.
I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional
All right, y'all
video.
lock in. This is real life decision making. Y'all lock
It's
in.
the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous.
True.
For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Rupert has a choice.
Okay.
He could invent a machine that eliminates food shortages across the world to make life better for all people. Or he could spend years of hard work forgetting how to read. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack."
Oh, a what?
Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Ah, welcome back.
Whoa.
You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
How many times did I greet you preemptively? At least 5. Dude.
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly.
Oh yeah, it's
halfway
like a
through the
gated
story.
thing now.
That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
Alright, so it's opening doors for me to go back. Still trying to open every door. Y'all notice, by the way, Amorndum's here right now, but 4chat's not.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
Are you sure about that?
Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. No! Why did you do that? quickly. Hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
What just happened?
Oh,
Oh
ruined.
my.
I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone?
Hey, if it makes you pissed off, hey, we're even now.
And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. I have to. I have to.
No, you don't. Wait. Oh my gosh.
Oh, I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You, who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. No. Wait. It was the only thing you were that was mine, and you ran into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see? Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it.
Whoa,
That thought
chill,
hadn't even
dog.
occurred to you, had it? That there's a world
take it
outside
easy, man.
of you. You're a child.
Hey!
Oh, my story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard to make...
Got so far, but in the end, it didn't matter.
behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
What? My brain is like, huh? I don't even know what to do now, bro. Wait, the closet's back open.
His office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Oh, it's locked. Let's go back to the escape thing and see if there's something different there now. I mean, wait,
Coming to a
what
staircase,
the
Stanley
frick?
walked upstairs.
So this is not, this is a different, okay. Bathroom's locked. Hey, yo. Yo, somebody in there? What is this?
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Nightshark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then
Stanley.
spoke the code. I'm sorry, is there a problem? You didn't mishear me, did you? Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise, we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step.
All I can do is bark.
Okay, fine. You're not going to do it. But you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect.
All I can do is bark, bro.
Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
What the?
Stanley? Hello? Are you... Is everything okay? Stanley, please. I need you to make a choice.
The
I need you
end?
to walk through the door. Are you listening to me? Can you hear me? Is everything all right? Stanley, this is important. The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me? Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please. Choose. Do something. Anything. This is more important than you can ever know. I need this. The story needs it. So, you hear me? Are you there? Are you listening to this? Stanley, are you there? Okay. It's okay, I can wait. You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice. That's all right. I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do. Take as much time as you need.
Who is Leroy? What? What? What is happening? Thank you for the bits, dude. I am so confused right now. Let's do one more and then maybe I'll like save some of the outcomes for another stream. Like I feel like this would be fun to bring back at some point.
Did it advance the story in any
New
way?
content?
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
I don't know. What, dude, that would have been the best ending ever right there. If it literally was an open door that said new content, you get on this, and that was
the
it.
Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Congratulations, guys. You made a great game.
Home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh,
Thank
well,
you.
This sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
I don't know how I feel about that, brother.
Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
Yeah.
Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... Oh, there we go. All right, finally.
You've never
at
seen
long
this?
last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
All right, new content, boys. Let's go.
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious.
Okay,
It's as if the...
let's go.
Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
I got you for the content. I got you. This right here with the lighting, little skate action in here.
All right. All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
Hey, we can jump now. Let's go. Do I have to save my jumps or do I need to, Oh, I can only jump in the circle. Okay.
Is that it?
I
Surely
can't
that's
jump
not all
anymore.
the new content. There has to be something else, right?
I can't jump anymore. It begs for a wall ride. This place would be sick to skate in. That was awesome, dude.
Goodness, another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary.
Man,
There's 20
I gotta
hours
give
of
it
new
to the
content
devs,
right there.
dude.
Hell, I could count to 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh wait, there's more. Very good. Yes, I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
That's on if the room is the exact same or a new room. Same exact room or a different room. I'm gonna say same room with a slight difference. Different room? Oh yeah, completely different. Thank you for enjoying
That's
the new...
it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this?
devs, bro.
I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always.
Oh yeah, like
What do
we
you
were
say, friend?
the best of pals, for sure. My office location keeps changing now. Do you ever get on the table and go out the window or jump off the platform in the room with all the TVs on? No, I never even made it back to either of those places. I got like a different ending and I haven't even been back to where I could go to those again. I don't know if I don't know where I'm at anymore. This is so cool though, like actual shout out to the devs for this. This is the kind of stuff that just like it's so cool how
Psst. Stanley, come over here. In the vent. I want to show you something.
Alien Isolation. He's venting Among Us. If you guys enjoy
you remember
it.
how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past. How much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look.
Okay.
I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
I want to stay here, bro. Could you imagine a weekend trip out to this place, bro? Like, dude, if it snowed, you could snowboard off the roof.
You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013, when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
Our first kiss, my first car, the release of the Stanley Parable. Hey, you gotta get your, you gotta keep those memories. Those are the most important ones, man. Forget your kid, forget, anything else important. The release of the Stanley Parable in 2013, bro. Unachievable, it is impossible to get this achievement. Don't play for 5 years. Little Stanley. Aww. What happened to Little Stanley, bro? Hey, that's peace, right? Okay. I was gonna sit on this bench, but...
Je suis dans la mémoire zone, seul sur l'abri des loups, et je n'attends plus que toi, mon amour. C'est là, dans la mémoire zone, où je me remémore les jours, où je t'ai rencontré, mon amour.
Guys.
Identity theft is not a joke, Jim.
Mais ici, c'est aussi.
Let's just take a moment here. Just take a moment.
De the Stanley Parable. C'était en 2013, un très bon jeu vidéo. 2 mois après, les journaux, mon amour. Rien de plus nostalgique que les prix du public qui reçut à l'IGF, mon amour. Ici, dans la memory zone, se rassemblent les
16
fantômes
times the detail.
de
All of
Stanley
this just
Parable.
works.
Nous sommes dans la memory zone, me voilà pris de coup.
Beautiful.
Ne me force
About to cry,
pas.
dog. The memories along the way, dog.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim. It was Persona 3.
Shout out
it
to
was all of them.
Skyrim.
And now, it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
Yo, this is crazy.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't
Well,
need
okay, if it
new
was perfect,
content.
it would be 10 out of 10,
It just
but
needed to be left alone, to spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories. These were simpler times, Stanley. But I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here?
Uh-oh.
Oh, no. Oh, God, no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
I don't think so, probably. Knowing Steam people.
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny.
2.9 hours on the game and you leave that review.
Gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
Dang, dude. All the memories, it's getting, the vibe's getting, like, ruined because of the bad reviews, man.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. Well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Oh, I always thought it did. But maybe it wasn't. Oh dear. What an awful memory to have to hold on to.
Also,
These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record.
shout out to them for actually putting the name of the
like a
person who
failure.
wrote the review,
Like
too.
I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered. What's this one got to say?
9.8 hours on
You
record.
constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button.
That's
A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable.
Snap.
That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
Oh. A skip
and
button.
Here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore. Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the... Well there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go poof, and it's all over. Oh, I can't wait to see what Cookie 9 will say about this, and whether they'll edit the rating of their... Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes? It's not unendurable by any means, but it's, well, there's really only so much I can ramble on to myself about. I know, it's shocking, isn't it? Stanley!
Yeah.
Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours.
12
You've just
hours?
been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer, and my God, there's no way out of the room. Stanley, the door is gone. It's completely gone.
Oh, it's gone. It's all
I've looked at it
gone.
from every angle. I've checked every one of those walls 1,000 times. And there's no door, Stanley. There's no door. There's just you and the button. And if you keep pressing it, I have no idea what will happen.
Well, we're getting ready to find out, bro.
How long I'll...
The cutoff is so good.
You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week.
Yeah, I truly appreciate the fact that they put all of their info on there with the review and stuff.
And you think that that's just how it's always been, right? Me talking and you saying nothing. Would you think that it's exactly the same as always? Doesn't that feel like what we've already been doing? Me just talking? But it isn't, Stanley. It isn't the same at all. It isn't even close. Because I know you can't hear me once you push that button. That's what I'm realizing now, Stanley. I'm realizing that I needed to know that someone was listening. I needed there to be a vessel through which my words were moving.
It gets so deep, he rambles for like an hour each time if you don't press the button.
None of that matters anymore. I'll give it all up. I'll give up every branching path. I'll burn my story to the ground. One single thing I need, and God, I can see now that I need it more than anything, is to know that someone else is taking it in. These words that I'm saying, I need to know you can hear me. Because maybe, Stanley, maybe... Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time. I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe it for you.
That's okay.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition.
Bizarre.
Where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, "Ent." The end is never the end, is never the end, is never the end.
I would love a giant dinky.
Is never the end, 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 is never the end.
Hold on, hear him out. Hold on, let him cook.
Never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end.
Let him cook. That could be a sample for the start of a insane just beat drop into a flow from like JID or something, bro. Oh snap. It's daytime. Oh, this is our new home now. We're gonna live here forever. We got vegetation. Oh yeah, we're good boys. Okay. Uh-oh. I broke the skip button. We have an exit? I'm free! I made it! We did it, boys!
Identity theft is not a joke, Jim.
Did I let... I feel like jumping out of the window right now. Oh!
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map, until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be?
Yeah.
Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in?
All right, sounds good. Hey, y'all get your whatever you drink.
What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
No, I'm not actually.
Ah, then in that case, we'll continue. But now, here comes the real
kick
question.
Back. What y'all sipping on right now?
What do you think would have happened if you had told me that you wanted this to stop? Do you think it would have been particularly different? Would I have taken the same idea but rephrased it superficially to fit that answer? Perhaps you never would even have thought of it if I hadn't brought up the issue in the first place. Oh, now think about it. Will it be worth it for you to restart and then come back here just to do the other option? Clearly, this whole gag takes some time. What if the other option is even longer? How long will you spend in total just to have heard all the narration? Oh, and this is rich. Perhaps you've just played the other option, and now you've come to see what happens in this one. So, what do you think? Which choice was the better one? Imagine if you had selected Continue on your first playthrough, how tantalizing it would be not knowing what happens when you pick the other option. Indeed, you are one of the lucky ones. Though if the other option is really miserable to listen to, then perhaps you're not. In fact, I'm just going to say that no one who's listening to this is lucky. Well now, I've built up the other options so much that I'm going to stop talking and leave you to your decision whether to come back here, continue with the game, or just sit in this spot forever and ever. Cheers.
Did we sit here forever and ever? Corona, Peace, Iced Tea, Snowberry, sipping on Quack's chicken nuggets. Yo, good luck figuring this one out. Use your brain real hard. Oh, I didn't even know it was an actual real option. I thought it was just like... He has no idea.
Identity theft is not a joke, Jim.
Remember when you stopped playing this? Set an alarm into 5 years to the future, then launch the game for Go Outside achievement. That's real? Should I know how to do this? Okay, is this something that's like painfully obvious? You literally have to quit the game, restart the game, not like quit to desktop. It's a troll and a half. Are you... Bro, they literally meant it when it said forever and ever. Because you could literally be stuck here forever. Oh my gosh, dude. That's insane. Round of applause to the devs, man. Round of applause. 10 out of 10 game right here, bro. Tell that to Steam. What, you think they'll add me? They'll add me into the game? That would be sick. Insane. If you guys want to see this again, let me know, because I'll bring it back. Yeah, more endings. I already know of some that I want to go back to and like try different stuff.